Sam, Samantha from Canada, and I'm a teacher here in Jinju. I've been here for just over a year. I just re-signed my new contract, so yeah.
My name is Bianca, and I'm from South Africa, and I've been in Jinju for 9 months now. Yeah, and I'm also a teacher, and I teach in Hadong.
I love Korea because it is so different than Canada. You see a lot of Korean people in Canada, but they're Canadianized or Americanized. They're not like they've been in the country for a while.
I love Korea because it's so easy living here. Everything is just so convenient, like the public transport, and the food is so delicious, and everyone is so friendly, and it's just beautiful. I love all the mountains. Like on my way to school every morning, like can just stare out of the bus and stare at the mountain.
How do you feel nowadays?
Oh, I am struggling, but I'm actually enjoying it. It's kind of fun because the winter in South Africa is just boring. It's don't get that cold, and it's just rainy, and that's it. And here it's like extreme coldness, so it's like putting on your beanie and your scarf and your gloves, and I find it exciting, but it's really cold.
It is my maybe second winter in Korea. It's so cold. When it started to get cold, Bianca was wearing this little spring jacket. I'm like, Bianca, you're gonna need another jacket. Like, you're gonna need to go get something.
That was my warmest thing I own.
So cold here. And then people say, like, Sam, you're from Canada. You should be used to this. You should understand this cold. And I'm like, no. And the reason is actually, and I'm going to say this because many people don't actually know, Vancouver is where I'm from. It's actually very mild weather. It's not too hot in summer and not too cold in the winter. We get snow, but it's not the same kind of cold in Korea. It's so cold here. In eastern Canada, because Vancouver is in the west, in eastern Canada, it's much colder. So that is where it's very cold.
Yeah, like 4 seasons.
Not that clear comparing to Korea. I always thought it was the 4 seasons and you could see the difference, but you don't really feel the difference from autumn to winter. And the coldest it gets in the winter is like 8 degrees Celsius. That's the minimum.
Yeah. 8. That's very warm.
But it's rainy, so it's like cold rain, so it's still like cold and you don't want to go outside because it's rainy. And here you can still do things even if it's cold.
Yeah, there are 4 seasons. They are pretty distinct, but it rains maybe most of the year. No matter the season, we are actually nicknamed Raincouver because it rains so much. Because it rains so much, people just walk outside with no umbrella all the time. They will run from the car, they'll go, and just cover their head like this. I'm used to this. In Korea, when I did this, all my coworkers said, "Oh, you should protect your head. You should put an umbrella up." It was very cute because they were always worrying about me.
I love Christmas. Christmas is like a family day in South Africa, and it's when family comes together, people you don't even see for a year. Yeah, it's summer in Christmas.
You get to have Christmas on the beach.
Oh yeah, Christmas on the beach. It's summer, so we barbecue.
In Canada, we have the typical like white Christmas. A lot of the times we will have a snowy Christmas, which is so nice because you see it in all the movies and you think, oh, Christmas is supposed to be you're supposed to wake up Christmas morning and wow, there's snow everywhere. But yeah, it actually happens in Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So sometimes
I always wanted a white Christmas because we watch like Christmas movies on Christmas Day, but it's hot and you sit under the aircon and you watch Christmas movies. It's just so ironic.
Yeah, it's also a family thing. In Korea, it is more of a couple thing. My students, I did a Christmas lesson with them last year, and I asked them, students, write down anything that comes to your mind when I say Christmas. And they are, oh, okay. So they write everything down. And then after, I asked them to say their answers, and they the first answers are lonely, solo, no girlfriend, I want a girlfriend. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, this isn't Christmas. And then at the very, very bottom is Santa Claus, present, Kevin. Have you heard of Kevin yet? Home Alone is the movie, and it's a Christmas movie, right? So every time I say Christmas, I just hear, Kevin, 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 Kevin.
I haven't seen that movie
Oh, it's so funny. I love it.
a long time.
Our movie is The Grinch. That's a common Christmas movie for us as well. So is Home Alone.
Okay, so in Korea, everything is just so quickly. When
Bali, Bali.
Bali, Bali. When you go to, I don't know why I do this. When you go to a restaurant and you sit, and then it's like immediately there's food and everything is just so quickly. I
The side
love
dishes.
that.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Yeah.
And-
And the button, you just press the
Yeah,
button and
the
then there's a
button.
waitress. It's just so cool.
Yeah, you just go, ding-dong. And some places they don't have buttons, but we're like where's the button? Like looking for the button because it is so convenient.
I'm gonna miss that when I go
Yeah,
home.
that's
I'm
something
gonna
we're
still
gonna
look
really
for the
miss.
button.
Korea is a very collectivist culture. Everybody works together. It's like a family. So it shows at a restaurant, people who work there work together to serve all the tables. But in most places in Canada, maybe South Africa as well, server will take care of maybe 5 tables at a time, and they will only go to these tables. They will help a little bit, but mostly they take care of their other, the tables themselves. So I like that about Korea. Like everybody just helps everybody, and then there's no tipping.
Yeah, that is cool. But I feel sorry for the waiters here because you just press a button and they're there, but they don't get tips.
But you don't even tip, like, not just restaurants, anywhere. Canada and South Africa, I assume waiters work for the tips. They're the biggest part of their income.
Yeah, they get minimum wage and then plus tips.
So even if they're angry, they'll say, "Oh, hi. Would you like this today?" Or, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can take this back for you." And then they go to the back and they're like, "Ah, like this table is crazy." And it's not good. Now that I'm in a culture where tipping is not necessary, I understand why they aren't tipped. One person is taking care of your table only. That is why I think a tip.
Actually, the job for a waiter is more in South Africa and Canada because first you sit down and then you order drinks and then you wait a little while and then you order your food and then you wait again and then you eat and they clear the table all the time and then you order dessert and they make sure you have drinks all the time or wine all the time.
And here, if you need something, you call. You say, "Oh, John."
Oh, you just press the button.
Or you press the button, yeah. Or you can say, "Jojo," like that's. But
Yeah.
in other cultures, or in South Africa or Canada,
You wait.
it
for
is
the
our job as waitresses to always check, to always walk by the table to see if they need anything. If they are low on a drink, you must fill it up. That is the rule. So it is different. In Canada, we do the normal countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and we usually have house parties. It's usually going to a bar and lounge or a friend's party and getting drunk.
For us, it's always the warmest day, or it
Which
feels
is
like
so
the
nice.
warmest day. And then tradition is to go down to the beach. Depends on where you are, but to go outside at least. And then there's always fireworks, and it's just so cool. And then there's a countdown and
The midnight kiss.
midnight kiss.
That is always, that usually happens on New Year's Eve. 12 a.m. hits. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actually, before the countdown, people are usually like trying to find someone. If you're not in a couple, you're not a couple. Even if you're just friends, it's not like it's like just like a
peck.
Yeah, like a peck.
Here in Korea.
Oh, it was so nice. I had met some really awesome people from Language Connection. We climbed the mountain. It was a very short hike, maybe 15 minutes, but it was really fun because it was super dark. We were just like, climbing up this mountain. And then We got to the top. It was so cold. As the sun started to rise, we all went out there. And it was so cool because everybody was looking in the same direction. Everyone was taking pictures. Everyone was silent. It was
there a lot
so
of people?
nice. There's a lot of people there. But it was awesome. It was so cool. It was one of the coolest experiences that I've had here. You guys always go for soup after. There's like a New Year's Day soup. Oh, that was really good too because I was so cold. So we went to this restaurant at like maybe 7 in the morning. And we had the soup, but there was a long line.
Usually around the mountain, there is some people in town, they serve soup.
They did, but
For free?
there was no more left by the time we got there. Yeah, I don't know. I love Korea, and I don't really want to leave yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm sad for to leave all the people I've met here, all the friends.
I told my family back home that when I go back to Canada, I'm going to go search for Korean people. Just because I'm going to need that Korean culture around me when I go back home, I'm going to really, really miss it.
I'm gonna look for Korean food.
You got to learn to make kimchi.
Yeah.
I heard it takes a really long time, right? Yeah.
Kimchi jjigae.
10,
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
Happy New Year!
Now for the kiss.